Okay, so here's our two questions we have to do and then check. The first one is going to be much nicer than the second one. Actually, the second one solves nice, but then when we go to check, it's going to be really, really gross. So anyway, let's get her started. It's the same skill we learned last time to leave a bit of room in here. So you're going to get t over t minus 1. I'm going to leave a space. 1 over t subtract 2, leave a space, and then factor this other side, and we're going to get t minus 2 and t minus 1. Recognizing right away to define some of the things that are not allowed to be 0, so obviously t is not allowed to be 1, t is not allowed to be 2. Okay? So now we need to put a t minus 2 on top and bottom here. We need to put a t minus 1 on top and bottom here. And leave the other side alone. Then the denominator cancels. So you'd have t bracket t minus 2 minus 1 bracket t minus 1 equals 11. Distribute t squared minus 2t. Distribute minus t plus 1. Bring the 11 to the other side. Minus 11 equals 0. T squared minus 3t minus 10 is 0. Factors to t minus 5, t plus 2. So my potential solutions are t equals 5 and t equals negative 2. But we have to then substitute in our answers and check if they actually work. So plugging in 5 into this equation, you would have 5 over 5 minus 1, which is 4. Subtract 1 over 5 minus 2, which is 3, equals 11 over 5 squared, which is 25. 5 times minus 3 is negative 15, and then plus 2. So checking what we've got, we'll get a common denominator here. So you get 15 over 12 minus 4 over 12 equals 11 over 25 minus 15 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 15 minus 4 is indeed 11 over 12, and that's 11 over 12. So that number there checks out. Doing the same for minus 2. We have to then plug into our equation t over t minus 1. So minus 2 over minus 2 minus 1. Subtract 1 over, the next one was t minus 2. So minus 2 is a minus 4 equals 11 over the negative 2 squared. Minus 3, I think. I'm just going back up to check. Minus 3t plus 2, okay. Minus 3 onto minus 2, and then plus 2. So here I got 2/3. The two negatives make a plus a quarter. The other side I get 11 over 4 plus 6 plus 2. Looks like I'm getting a 12 again there. Common denominator of 12 here. 8 over 12 plus 3 over 12 and 11 over 12. Looking snazzy. 11 over 12, the other number works as well. Both of those look awesome. So they check out. So next thing we have to then do is go over to our other equation. So our other example is going to be a little bit more challenging to check. So I'll switch over the colors here. So again, leaving myself some room, I have 2x over x plus 1 plus 3x over x plus 1 equals, whoops, I forgot to leave some room, equals x squared over, we factor the denominator, and you get x plus 1 onto x plus 1. So each one of these needs an extra x plus 1 added to them, on top and bottom. And now that you've done that, the denominators cancel. So you're left with 2x onto x plus 1 plus 3x onto x plus 1 equals x squared. Distribute 2x squared plus 2x, 3x squared plus 3x minus x squared, 0, because I checked that order. 2x squared, 3x squared is 5, minus 1, it's 4x squared. 2 and 3 makes 5x, and 0. There's no number this time. So you don't factor that as a quadratic, you common factor. X bracket 4x plus 5. Set the first bracket equal to 0. Set the second bracket equal to 0. Negative 5 goes over. Divide by 4. So your two potential solutions are 0 and negative 5/4. Okay, so plugging each of those in to this equation, and I'm just going to rewrite it so I don't run into this problem I had last time. So the equation I have to check it in is 2x over x plus 1 plus 3x over x plus 1 equals x squared over x plus 2x plus 1. That's what I'm going to plug it into. First one's going to be the easiest one. Okay, so we're going to plug in 0. Trying x equals 0, you're going to get 2 times 0, 0 plus 1, 3 times 0, 0 plus 1, 0, 0 plus 0 plus 1. 0 over 1 plus 0 over 1 equals 0 over 1. Okay, that one works. This next one is going to be a kick in the head because you're going to plug in fractions. So just watch the fraction fun happen. Okay, so 2 bracket negative 5/4 over negative 5/4 plus 1 plus 3 negative 5/4 over negative 5/4 plus 1 equals negative 5/4 squared over negative 5/4 squared plus 2 negative 5/4 plus 1. Woo! It's going to be fun. Okay, so that's a 2 over 1. So you're going to get negative 10 over 4. And on the bottom, negative 5 over 4 plus 4 over 4, because that's what 1 is. It's going to be negative 1 over 4. I'm going to deal with that in a second. Negative 15 over 4, same denominator, negative 1/4. equals negative 5 over 4 squared is 25 over 16. And here on the bottom, I'm going to get 25 over 16, and then I get negative 10 over 4, and then I get plus 1. Alright, so if I have these two fractions being divided, this over 4 and that over 4 is going to cancel. Negative 10 over negative 1 is just 10. So that number became nice if you knew that the fractions cancel. In this set of fractions, the 4 and the 4 cancel. That leaves 15. So that part looks nice. I don't have the same denominator of 16 here yet, so I've got to mess around with that one a bit. So on top I get 25 over 16. In the bottom I get 25 over 16. I'm going to pump this up, multiply it by 4 over 4, and get minus 40 over 16. And I'm going to multiply this by 16 over 16 and get that. So on the left-hand side I get 25. Here I get 25/16. And we'll see what we get in the bottom. So 25 minus 40 is negative 15, plus 16 is 1 over 16. And the 16s cancel, and it looks like I'm getting 25 on the left and 25 on the right. And that looks like it checks out and also works. But that was a lot of fractions. Hopefully you don't run into the same issue with the fractions. Yes, you could have plugged in negative 1.25 and checked it on your calculator, but then you wouldn't have had all the common denominators there to deal with. Anyhow, hope you have some success on some questions in the worksheet.